two capacitors, one 12 microfarads and the other unknown, are connected in parallel across a battery of 9 volt. Total energy is 0.0115 joules. And what's the value of the capacitance? So first of all, we got to draw the circuit if it's not given. We got to make sure we understand what's going on within the circuit itself. So the question here is to find the value of the capacitance. So one of them is not given, of course, but you're given the energy, the total energy, and then the voltage as well. And obviously there's some formulas relating all these, so we're going to be using those in order to solve the problem. All right, so two capacitors in parallel. So we have the 12 microfarad capacitor here. And the unknown is right here, C. And the battery, we got a 9 volt EMF. So this is just a representation of what's going on here. It's not drawn to scale or anything like that. So this is your 9 volt battery. This is your 12 microfarad capacitor. And here is your capacitance C, that's the unknown. All right, so the question here is, we are given V, that's 9 volt. Energy as 0.0115 joules. We know that energy, E, is equal to 1/2 C V squared. And this C right here is actually the total C. So let's call that C equivalent. That's the total C right here. All right. So energy is equal to 1/2. I think this is in your handbook, but I don't have the handbook handy right now. It should be in there. If it's not, you got to memorize it. So let's go ahead and so we know E, that's the energy. We know the voltage. So let's take out C equivalent. So C would be 2 times the energy over V squared. So that'll be 2 times 0.0115 over V squared. That would be 81, right? All right, so let's do the calculation, and this should be small, very small actually, because we're dealing with microfarads. 0.01 115 divided by 81. So I have 283 micro 1, 2, 3. Yes, so I got 283 microfarads. Yeah, because this is, I got like 2.83 times 10 to the power minus 4, so that's 283 microfarads, correct? Yes. All right, so that's your C total. And now in order to get the total, in order to get this C right here, let's call that C1. Well, that's fine, because the problem also calls it C, so let's just let it be that way. So we know that 2 capacitors in parallel are added in order to get the equivalent capacitance. Opposites of resistors. So then 12 microfarad plus C is equal to 283 Therefore, C would be 283 minus 12 at 271. Around 271. So that's your final answer for C. So this one is also a little bit easier. I guess the point here is to make sure you understand that two capacitors in parallel are added. They're act opposite of like resistors. And make sure you also memorize this formula if it's not your handbook. I'm going to verify that, but I think it is in your handbook. If it's not, yeah, just you got to memorize it as well. All right. Let me know if you have any questions.